The chapter exists to provide education and a support system to families who are affected by bleeding and clotting disorders. We also advocate for their needs and support research that would impact their lives in the future. Hemophilia is actually a somewhat rare disease. It's passed on genetically, so a lot of times you'll have grandpa who has hemophilia. Mom is a carrier, but she passes it on to her son. So you have grandpa and grandson who have hemophilia, and it just kind of spreads throughout your family tree. One of the biggest things that we do at the Central Ohio chapter is we bring people together. I just talked to a man yesterday who said for the first time he finally met someone who's his age who has hemophilia, and how cool that was to finally be able to talk to someone who understands. We're starting a lot of retreats, weekend retreats, where we have children who fall within a certain age range come out and we stay at a nice hotel or we go camping at a lodge. And we give them education, but it's also a chance for them to meet other kids their age who have this, for parents to meet other parents who deal with these issues. And for most of them, that's the first time they've ever met anyone who has to deal with these same issues. And that can be pretty life-changing to finally meet someone who knows what they go through. The National Hemophilia Foundation, as its name would imply, traditionally is focused on hemophilia. Recently, we started looking a lot more at other types of bleeding and clotting disorders, von Willebrand's disease, and some more rare types of disease such as TTP.
Brittany was my daughter, and out of the blue, she became sick and took her into the hospital to Riverside, and they couldn't tell what it was that was causing her problems, and then ended up at Children's Hospital in ICU for 6 days as they were doing tests to find out why she was bleeding and continually bleeding and would not stop. After 6 days, they diagnosed her with a rare disease called TTP, which was totally new to me, and it's thrombotic thrombocytopenic purpura, and it's very rare. Britt was the second case in Children's Hospital in the history of Children's Hospital here, and that's why they had to contact doctors from across the country all the way to London to work on treating her with TTP. And that's what was frustrating as a father. It's a very difficult disease to work with and to treat, and that's why it was so hard when she spent 5 weeks in Children's Hospital. So there was no indication from doctors that she would not come home from these treatments. As a bleeding disorder, I found out, did research, that over the years there was only $500 going to research for TTP. So the foundation I started was to fund research and try to find an exact cure to high-risk patients with TTP, like Britt.
We've got a lot of work to do. Right now, we're probably only touching about 10% of the people who have a bleeding disorder. So any donation is going to help us increase the programs that we can run and outreach into new areas and bring people into the fold, because right now there are just too many people living in isolation, unaware of what we're doing. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the concert. Just on behalf of the Central Ohio chapter of the National Hemophilia Foundation, I want to say thank you for coming out and supporting this event. You're not just attending a concert, you're raising a lot of dollars that are going to be put to really good use. So I can't thank you enough. Please support us in the future. Tell your friends about what we're doing at the Central Ohio chapter.